Andre Pienaar, the man accused of inciting the unrest in the Senekal Magistrates Court last week, has been denied bail today. The court building was attacked following the appearance of two men accused of murdering the farm manager, Brendan Horner. Pienaar appeared before Magistrate Mlangeni on charges of attempted murder, malicious damage to property and inciting public violence. Mlangeni said Pienaar allegedly tried to undermine the rule of law, further describing an alleged assault on a woman who was executing her duties as a police officer. The matter has now been postponed until the 20th of November. Our reporter Linda Mnisi is in Senekal today. He's been there through the day. Linda, good evening to you in Senekal tonight. Firstly, take us through what happened in court.
Well, Stephen, what we saw today, a very smooth running of the court today as the bail application verdict was handed down by the magistrate today, really speaking about the legal processes that is involved in this particular matter, speaking about whether it would be in the interest of justice to grant him bail. But interestingly, during his, when he handed over his affidavit, he spoke about how, a certain portion of the community would really be unhappy if he were to be denied bail, saying that he has quite a good relationship with them, while the magistrate saying that, well, it is the very same community that he attacked. So he finds it very difficult to understand how that very same community would be disappointed if, of course, he is granted bail. Also speaking about the issue of public order, saying that he has influence, and the influence is seen when he was inciting violence, and how, things quickly escalated shortly after he made that rousing speech, just not far from the court, saying that it would be very easy for him to influence the witnesses of the court. Also saying that he is a violent person because there were two shots that were fired inside a court, and that really speaks to his violence, Stephen.
Linda, the other big development in Senekal today, two ministers, the Minister of State Security, Ayanda Dlodlo, and the Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, in that area today. They say they want to calm tensions. What have they been saying to the community?
Well, the two ministers, Stephen, visiting the Horner family following the tragic death of Brendan Horner, offering their condolences and really trying to understand the circumstances around his death, taking some statements and listening to exactly what could have transpired in order, to make a breakthrough in this case. We do know that two men have since been arrested. The minister also speaking about one of the accused having had previous convictions and a brush with the law, really, around 16 times, asking questions of how this could happen, because it seems as though this is something that has been happening for a very long time. Also, the minister really speaking about the issues around safety, saying that the owner of the farm where Brendan worked in was able to give them information that could possibly help them in these investigations.
Are they worried about tensions in that area? Julius Malema has said today that he's going to turn Senekal red on Friday. His members will be there to protect the Constitution. That's what Julius Malema said. We'll speak to our reporter who was there in a moment. But the minister, if I recall yesterday, said he had actually met Julius Malema on this.
Yes, he actually did mention that he had breakfast with Julius Malema yesterday. Interesting enough, he does not say what, they had a discussion about. But he also highlighted to the crowds that were gathered that they do have a right to protest, Stephen, but that shouldn't come at the cost of other people's lives or jeopardize the safety of other people. He also does speak about, what the magistrate said, kind of, throwing his weight behind the statement that the magistrate made around, the issue of police who were criticized for failing to act when the violence erupted, saying that, well, basically, the police couldn't have reacted in a way that could have cost lives. The magistrate also quite elaborate in that sense, saying that, well, what would the police have reacted with in a case where there was a firing of live ammunition, asking whether they would react with tear gas or, rubber bullets, saying that their reaction, Stephen, would have costed more lives. So the minister there also saying that, well, he's quite pleased with the fact that police tried their best to quell the tensions, and that it could have been really a mess. So he's really urging even the community here in this area to not participate in any violence or any protest that could lead to violence, Stephen.